I was at animal control before I came to IndyHumane, and I've spent my entire adult career working in animal shelters. And here in central Indiana, the Humane Society of Indianapolis is the place to call.
I've been here now for 7 years, and when I heard from some passionate board members that they had this vision to make IndyHumane truly remarkable, that passion and the ability to roll my sleeves up and say, okay, let's see what we can do. It's going to be either my biggest legacy or my biggest folly.
I think IndyHumane is one of those iceberg organizations. You know, the metaphor of so much of what we do is beneath the surface.
I think the reach of our organization is greater than we can even measure. We go beyond helping the animals, and we help the people who care for them as well. And I think that's a really important and valuable asset to our community.
We have a nationally recognized outreach and education program that is on the streets in the community every single day. We have devised targeted programs for spay and neuter, for resource allocation that weren't happening 5 or 6 years ago.
Used to be years ago that animal welfare folks felt like they should do this, or they thought that they should do that. Now we actually look at hard data in our community and we target our efforts to where specific problems are happening.
Looking at the data from our city shelter, 10 zip codes in our city were producing more than 70% of the animals at Animal Care and Control. The concept of the Animal Welfare Center was born as a way to get ahead of the problem. We've been very well received by the community, which is a wonderful complement to the Animal Welfare Center's abilities and efficacy. And I think that we still have more people to reach in that side of town and beyond.
We do a lot of care for our pets behind the scenes that you may not see as you're walking through our facility or meeting our dogs out in public.
We're taking quite a number of animals from Indianapolis Animal Care and Control into our facility. Part of that collaboration is them sending us their more advanced medical cases we're capable of handling that other shelters probably wouldn't be necessarily able to deal with.
Lots of shelters across the country have great programming, some of which we do, some of which we'll invent. But right now, I'm just amazed because I get to work around the leaders of my field. We've got amazing people in this community, and specifically in this shelter.
We have about 450 active volunteers. Being here and spending that quality time with the animals outside of their kennels is something that staff doesn't always have time to do. They are taking time out of their personal schedules to come to the shelter and just give love and attention to the animals here. They help in every area of the shelter. They help in customer service, they help in our dog kennels, our cat kennels, they help in our medical areas. One of the strengths of our volunteer program is that we have opportunities for students as young as 8 on to adulthood. We have opportunities for families to come in and be a part of our Parent and Me program. We have a summer camp for kids in between the ages of 10 to 15 years. And that's called our Paws and Claws Club. And we also have our biggest program, which is our shelter volunteer program. That's for any individual who is at least 16 years of age or older looking for an ongoing opportunity.
When I came here 7 years, we had $3.1 million in debt. And we worked very hard about that.
Losing the shackle of a large debt like we used to have, and now being in a place where we're debt-free, really allows us to focus on our programs and services. You know, what are the things that we can be doing to ensure that every pet has a home?
IndyHumane needs to rely on its donors right now to help us with the programming and the growth that we want to do.
Our donors are absolutely our lifeblood here at IndyHumane. Everything that we do is made possible by individuals, people that believe in us, people that want to see us succeed and believe that we're doing a good job.
We cannot do what we do if donors did not believe in what we do and give us their gifts. As from small to large, every donor is so incredibly important to this organization.
Without our donors, all of the amazing, incredible things that are taking place here in Indianapolis would stop. There wouldn't really be an outreach program anymore. There wouldn't be a safe place for pets to call home.
We've got a lot of support from donors who help us with animal projects because that's what we're known for. But the city needs us to do more than that, and we have staff that is ready. We're building programs that are ready to take to the community. It's not we sell you a product and we recoup our costs. What we do is a mission, and we need the donors to support that, absolutely.
I came to the shelter. First I looked online at a lot of places, and then I came to the IndyHumane shelter, and I just walked around, wasn't looking for a puppy. I was gonna look for a little bit older dog. And then I saw Barkley, one of the volunteers was holding him, and he was just slouched in her arms. I just fell in love with him instantly, and I told him that day, I'm like, I'm gonna be back to get you. Barkley was turned into the pound at about a week old. So he was just a really little puppy, hadn't really even been given a chance in the world yet, and the IndyHumane had brought him from the pound here, and he had a lot of illnesses and a lot of little things that they really needed to treat.
He was a group of puppies, I believe, and Barkley was one of the smaller ones and did develop a case of pneumonia that we were treating for a while.
He was very sick when he arrived. He was so sick, in fact, that we needed to send him to foster care just to get him well enough to have his spay and neuter surgery so that he could go up for adoption. We were able to find an antibiotic that would cure him. We had a medical team that was very well trained and was able to help him with his pneumonia treatments, and we hit it out of the ballpark when we found his parents.
I went to visit my grandmother in Chicago on a Wednesday, and I looked online and he became available. So I was like, crap, now I'm not even in the area and I can't go and get him. On Friday, I came here. I tried to get here as early as I could, about a half an hour before the shelter opened. Then I grabbed his card and came up here, and we went through the interview process, and I ended up taking him home that night. IndyHumane, to me, it's a second chance. It's a second chance for animals, and a second chance for people who may want just someone to come home to, someone to have, someone to love. Barkley's like a child to me. He's my first child. Not everyone always has a family around, not everyone always has that, and you just really love the animals that you pick up here.